That's my attempt at his laugh.
Yeah?
Oh, no, it was more like this. It was like...
Yeah, that
There we
go.
go.
One.
Yeah.
That one.
It's hard to practice when your wife's already sleeping. You know? As soon as I did the first one, I was like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. Because I remember just, like, when there's that scene where he's walking away, and they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. What was his name again? Albert? No. Arthur. And then he's just like, like, Jesus Christ, man, that's creepy.
Yeah.
But anyway. So, Joker. The movie that originally I had said, I don't think should be made. I don't think we should see this movie. I don't feel like we need to have an origin story of the Joker.
Right.
Then, as our fellow camcasters, Geek Pantsers, that's what I should have said, Geek Pantsers, well, and camcasters, because they're out there, they saw me go, yeah, but that trailer. And I even mentioned this with, we were on our, what's it, Masters of the Universe?
Yep, talking to Will.
Talking to Will Tenhave, and, hey, buddy. He had mentioned that it looked more like a character study, and I agreed. I was like, yeah, it does look like a character study. Now I'm a little bit more intrigued. I'm actually interested to see this movie.
Yes.
Then when they showed the full trailer, I was like, I'm in. I'm 100% in. This looks good. My concerns were still about the potential origin, but then they said, yeah, but it's part of that many worlds of DC's movie universe.
Which now they're calling DC Black.
Which, yeah, now they're calling DC Black after that comic imprint.
Yeah.
That I think is still a thing, or might not
be
a thing.
It
yeah,
is.
Okay.
They've taken Vertigo out. There is no more Vertigo.
Yeah, I knew that much. Which, that's unfortunate, though.
It is unfortunate.
It's like, I feel like, no, I'm not gonna say I feel like. I know that having that Vertigo imprint on there, for the people that read Vertigo Comics, would go, yeah, okay. I know what type of book I'm getting into. Now you have DC Black, and you're going, okay, so I'm just going to get adult superheroes. Yeah. Or adult takes on my favorite superheroes.
Pretty much.
Okay, so Batman's going to have his dick swinging. Sorry, Bruce Wayne's going to have his dick swinging. People are going to lose their shit, and then they're going to go, oh, sorry, no, we're going to edit that out.
Yeah.
But after that, then you'll have, like, Wonder Woman partaking in particularly brutal fight scenes and stuff like that. I was like, okay, all right. So I think it was, in all honesty, it was dumb for them to drop the Vertigo imprint. Mm-hmm. They obviously had their reasons, but
I don't know, man.
I just feel like it's making people think it's too superhero-y, and that cuts off a revenue stream for them. Yeah. Okay? But, because, I mean, even this could have been like a Vertigo movie.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we'll get to the reasons why. But anyway, after that trailer, I was like, okay, I'm in. I want to see this. I can't wait to see this. You know, life made it really hard for me to see it, but I ended up seeing it.
But you got there.
I did get there, and that's why we're doing this. So, I mean, well, how do you want to do this?
I don't know. How do you want to do it?
I think the same way we always do.
Okay,
just talk about the things that we like, things that we didn't like, you know.
Hop right into it.
I'll say right out of the gates, because even I had said this on our previous Camcasts when we talked about this movie, where Todd Phillips, who's the director and the writer of this movie, if I remember correctly.
That's right. The man that gave us Hangover and Road Trip. That's
right. So the guy that's given us, like, hilarious fucking movies. Thankfully, though, Road Trip wasn't, like, a spin-off, and they had, like, 3 road trips, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I mean...
One single road trip. We're good.
I mean, don't get me wrong, both sequels to
Hangover have their moments.
Hangover was amazing because it was unlike any other thing you'd seen before. It was fucking hilarious.
Hangover was amazing. It's so good.
Hangover 2 was funny, but I wish I would have waited a little bit longer to watch it. Okay? But I thought it was funny because it was one of those where I was like for everybody that complained about how it was really similar to the first, I was like, okay, well, it's called Hangover 2.
Yeah.
So, what did you think was going to happen? I was always like, what did you think they were going to do?
They're going to have a hangover.
Someone was going to go missing.
Yep.
They were going to find this out after they, sobered up.
Yep.
Rinse and repeat. That movie made $1 bajillion. Why wouldn't they do the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. They put it in Singapore, and that was that.
Yep.
Right? They complained. Hangover 3 now happened in real time.
Yeah.
And people complained.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Well, because you guys fucking complained. That's why. So, yes, you're right. Hangover 2, Hangover 3 have moments. Collectively, they're hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But didn't need to be made.
I'll probably never watch the second or third again. But number one I can watch all the time.
No, that's true. That's true. In fact, I've only watched second and third.
I've watched them both once.
I've watched the second one twice. Once by myself and once with Michelle. And then I watched the third one once with her.
Okay.
So that was it.
No.
But you're right. I don't think I'll ever watch them again.
Yeah.
First one, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it enough that I have to wait a bit, right?
Yeah, same
but
here.
Still,
I watched it so
fucking
much.
hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Road Trip, also fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. But, so that was one of the things where up until that point, until I saw trailers and stuff, I was like, I don't know about Todd Phillips for this. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But in retrospect, if you really think about it, he actually has a really good eye for shots.
Yeah.
So, like, if you look back at The Hangover, look back Hangover Singapore, look back Hangover not Singapore, Hangover when they're thieves or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really nice cinematography in that. Okay? So then when you see the trailers, you're like, okay, alright. And what I'm getting to is, I immediately saw how he was influenced by Martin Scorsese. Mm-hmm. You could tell right away. Even the first character trailer, you're like, yep, Martin Scorsese. But even in one of the trailers where they're actually using the comedian in the trailers.
Yeah.
Which is a Martin Scorsese movie starring Robert De Niro about a comedian who's not funny, I think, if I remember correctly. Which I gotta watch because I really wanted to see that just to kind of compare it, right?
Yeah.
But I was looking at it and I was like, okay, so if this guy's taking Martin Scorsese work and unapologetically aping that style to make this movie, okay, alright. So much so that within the first, 15 minutes of the movie I was in. I was brought in right away, and his cinematography kept me in all the way through, which I was really surprised by. So, kudos, Todd. Because he watches a shit, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe that, well, message me.
Here's his phone number.
No, on the fucking Geek Pants, or on the Twitters, on the YouTubes, all of that stuff.
All that
the
shit.
Facebooks,
all that shit.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
I'll pretend I'm Chris and I'll answer. You listen up, motherfucker.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna kick
That's
it off
actually
with that.
pretty good.
Kick it off with that. You're wrong. I'm fucking right. Suck my dick.
One thing I was never going to question about this movie was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
I was never going to question what he was going to be able to do with what he was given because I've seen him be the best thing in bad movies. Okay? Not that he does a lot of bad movies, but he has, and he's been the best thing in them. Mm-hmm. So, there's that. What are your takes on Mr. Todd Phillips' work so far?
Mr. Todd Phillips. My overall reaction with the movie, I watched it. I don't know if I'll watch it again.
I will.
I found it was a good movie with one of the best performances I've seen in years.
Yep.
And without that performance, I don't think it'd really be that big of a movie.
No, I agree.
The whole movie is hinged on Joaquin.
It is anchored.
Anchored so deep into Joaquin.
Yes, I agree completely with that assessment. Okay, but going back to what I said, him being the best thing in a bad movie, him being the best thing in a relatively good movie actually elevates this movie. It makes this better than it should be. Mm-hmm. But I will say, in terms of the writing, though, I don't have too many holes in this writing because of how much this is open to interpretation. Mm-hmm. And by that I mean massive spoilers. They're coming up immediately. The whole movie could be played as an actual origin story for Joker.
Yes.
It can be. Or it can be a completely mentally fabricated scenario because Arthur never got out of the insane asylum.
Ah.
Okay, because they had that scene where when he was banging his head on the bus window.
Yeah.
But then they do a flash to him doing that in the insane asylum, and they make you, like, you kind of almost interpret it as, oh yeah, okay, that was before, right? That was before. But what if that's actually him flashing, and that's really him breaking through this? First of all, I mean, it's an unreliable narrator.
Okay.
Which is great. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for me, I interpret it as none of this happened. This all happened in his head. Okay? Especially because at the very end of the movie, you get that one shot where Bruce Wayne's parents get killed. Okay? But Joker, Joker at this point, is nowhere near that back alley, so how did he see that?
Right.
But he could be in the same asylum, and somebody could have said, oh, did you hear about the Waynes? They got shot down in the alleyway.
No, all of a sudden it's in
Bruce
his
Wayne
mind.
is all by himself, right? Now it's in his head. Oh, yeah, right?
I like that take.
Yeah, because it's, I said this to one of the guys I work with, Alex Daniels. It's kind of their way of having their cake and eat it too. Because they could say, well, yeah, it's a Joker origin flick. Or it's not. It's part of their DC Black label, you know. And they're telling their own story, which, as of, well, yesterday, we know now that because it made $1 billion, although as soon as I heard it made $1 billion, I was like, there's no way they're not going to do a sequel. Even though I don't think they should, even though I really enjoyed this movie, and I will watch it again, and I will probably own it, actually. I still don't know about a sequel. Oh, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
It depends on which story a sequel would follow, if it goes by your whole...
I don't think it's going to go the way I root.
But I like that.
When I got to that part where you realize that he fabricated the entire building relationship with, what's-her-face, Domino from Deadpool 2.
Zazie Beetz.
Yes, Zazie Beetz, which actually, she's an attractive lady, for one. But when I saw her, I was like, why does she look so familiar? And then I was like, oh yeah, that's right. That was one of the highlights to Deadpool 2. Domino. So that was really cool. But, like, I remember thinking to myself, like, right away, I was like, wow, I can't believe how easily he landed her. Because, like, I don't know, for some reason, like, I look at Arthur, and I go, he strikes me as the kind of guy who, from a distance, people see him and go, something's up with that guy.
Yeah. Right?
And even if he's, like, nice to kids or whatever, you know, there's that, you almost, like, get that feeling that, I don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but I remember thinking, oh, okay. But at the same time, like, you never know where you're going to find love, right? Yeah. You're never going to know who's going to look at you and go, that guy right there, or that girl, that's the one, right? So, I kind of was like, oh, okay. But then when you find out, spoilers, that he fabricated the whole thing in his brain, I was like, oh, unreliable narrator. Okay, all right. So, what happens and what doesn't happen, right? Because right away when she comes out of her bedroom and he's on her sofa, she's just like, Arthur, you can't be in here. I was like, okay, all right. And that actually kept me going. Because up until that point, I was kind of like, okay, like, I mean, it's a good movie, you know. I mean, obviously, they're taking their time, you know, setting the stage and kind of giving you a feel for his life and stuff. And also, I was dealing with lingering aspects where I kind of don't like the idea of having sympathy for the Joker.
Yeah.
You know, like just kind of saying, like, yeah, no, I know the Joker is this homicidal, genocidal, suicidal, Sabu type crazy person. ECW represent! Even though I never was a fan of Sabu. I actually was never a fan of Sabu. I didn't even like his actual wrestling.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I don't care how many
like
death...
Sabu.
You see with Jeff Hardy, his actual wrestling I was never a big fan of until he got older.
Yeah.
He was always just big spots guy. not going to take away from the guys that do that because it's insane.
Yeah.
The amount of damage it does to their bodies. Okay, all right, but anyway, so, but I didn't want it to be like one of those where you go, yeah, buddy. I mean, you know, he had such a shitty childhood. Like, I kind of like the idea, like, I mean, even though, like, I know in The Dark Knight and even The Killing Joke, they hint at possible origins, and none of them sound good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're just kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like, I can understand why you get this route. But I never felt sympathy for Heath Ledger's Joker.
No.
Even...
God, no.
And even, like, even the part where, like, in The Killing Joke, where they say, well, you know, sometimes I remember it as I was a comedian and a failed comedian. And, of course, you can see the parallels to this movie. So, you know, he gets in deep with the loan sharks for gambling debts, so he has to commit crimes to pay the debts. I never felt sympathy then either, because I was still like, yeah, but you gambled. Like, you are the one that owes money to the loan sharks. Like, I can't really feel sympathy for that. Like, it's terrible that your wife or girlfriend had to die because of that, but I don't feel sympathy for you, right? But anyway, so that's kind of where I was like, I don't know, I don't want to feel bad for him, right?
I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and it's funny, because I was thinking, like, I think Ken's going to be in the same boat with me on
I
this
totally agree with him.
Because
there was numerous times in the movie I was like, oh, damn, man. It's like, I don't want to feel that for the Joker.
Yeah.
Like, the Joker is supposed to just be this crazy motherfucker that does horrible things for no reason.
Yeah, exactly. It mainly, and not only that, because he finds it funny.
Yeah, he finds it funny.
He thinks it's
Everyone
hilarious.
else thinks it's horrifying.
You know, like, and we said this, I've said this, we talked about this before, where, like when the incels, or just people who are like, oh, Joker, you're my new hero, and you're like, yeah, but you're not supposed to think he's cool.
No.
You know, like, the guys that hang out with Joker are crazy like him.
Yep.
Or they know that he pays, so they'll put up with that shit, but they're not like, no, man, Joker's such a great guy, like, we hang out afterwards. They're literally like, no, Joker calls me when he wants stuff done, I do that, and then I get out as quickly as possible, and know this, he could kill me at any time. Okay? The job's done, but he could kill me at any time. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know why you would think he's cool, you know?
Yep.
So, that was the other part, too, because I was like, yeah, but if we start to feel sympathy, then other people that could go through similar things could be like, oh, I could be just like him. And you're like, no. But the other part, too, and this is just because of my own experiences, I didn't want them to sort of make light of mental illnesses and stuff like that, or use the mental illness as an excuse for him to be the Joker, right?
Right.
Because, you know, it almost implies that he's got something mentally wrong with him. Big time.
Yep.
Actually, they don't imply it. They pretty much flat out say, no, he's crazy. He's fucking crazy. His mom's crazy. And then you find out that she's not really his mom. So you feel for him there. So she lied about the whole thing there. You're just like, holy fuck, like, you're feeling for him. You're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to feel for him. I just want to be like, because you don't want to have, like, when's the last time you've said, like, you've had Batman say, no, we can rehabilitate the Joker? I don't think I've ever heard him say that.
No.
Okay? I've heard him say that to other criminals. Like, or even just to some degree, like Riddler or Mr. Freeze, like, giving them olive branches. He doesn't do that with the Joker.
No.
He just stops the Joker as best he can, and then lays out contingency plans, because, of course, the Joker got through his old ones, and then gives out new contingency plans, and then basically spends every waking moment fighting crime, watching out for the Joker, and other, like, major rogue villains, but he's always watching out for the Joker. And it's never like, one day the real Joker's going to come through, or whoever he was before this, and I'm going to be there to say, hey man, it's okay. No, he's just like, stop him as quickly as possible, hurt him as hard as we can, so that way he takes longer to get out, and then we just, like, prepare and wait.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that part was kind of what I was wrestling with. But then, like I said, when they get to that unreliable narrator, I was like, okay, all right. Because then you could, like I said, you can argue the whole movie doesn't happen. Right? Yeah. Which really made it a lot more easier for me to take, especially because when he goes to the Wayne's house and he talks to Bruce, I was like, nope.
I'll tell you right now, like, the fact that they were talking about Bruce's father, and that fact that he looked like he was a 60-year-old man I was like, ugh. But as soon as they found out, like, as soon as she says, like, oh, he's your father, I was like, fuck no. For a moment, I went from liking it to I fucking hate this and never watching it again.
I did the same thing.
I was like, I'm fucking done. If this keeps going like this, I'm done.
I was like, oh, I don't know.
I was immediately like, oh, if they're fucking brothers.
And then I was like, okay, we'll keep watching, but man, that would be fucking brutal. Like, I would hate that. And I had already an issue with the age. Because...
I have an issue with that. Because, I mean, like, Joaquin's in his 40s.
Right.
So now his mother has to be in her 60s, which means the Waynes have to be in their 60s because she had apparently an affair with the father.
Give or take in the 60s, but mid-50s to 60s.
Now you got like a 30-year difference between Joker and Batman.
But see, and that's the problem I had with the TV show Gotham.
Yeah.
Because, I was watching Gotham, and I think 4 or 5 episodes in, because they had already introduced Nigma. Because Nigma at that point was working for the police. Mm-hmm. Even though I thought the characterization was great, because, I mean, he's playing himself as a know-it-all, but he's a little bit of a creeper, so I was like, okay, alright. Yeah. But I was like, but he's in his, let's say he's in his mid-20s, okay? Early to mid-20s. Yeah. Right? Bruce Wayne is, I think he was 10 at the first season.
Around that age, yeah.
So there's a 15-year gap between the two, or let's say 12-year gap, okay? So by the time he becomes Batman, which will be about 10 to 12 years, give or take.
Early 20s.
I always peg him at 25, 26 when he first becomes Batman. And I always kind of picture Batman as Grant Morrison's take, where he's been doing this for about 10 years or so. He's in his mid-30s, mid to late 30s, give or take, right? With a couple of years here or there. Yep. And I always look at that and I go, okay, that makes sense, right? Because, well, now you got a guy who's been doing it long enough that you could argue, yeah, okay, he's got it down, but not so long that he would have to lose because of his age. Kind of like with The Dark Knight Returns, right? Where he's like in his 70s.
He's got to be an age where he has a teenage sidekick.
Right.
He's old enough to have a son.
Yeah. Exactly, but not so old that you're just like, I can't even take this seriously.
So if you're pegging him around early to mid-30s, around our age almost, that puts all these villains in Gotham in their 50s.
Exactly, so immediately I was taken out of that. I mean, okay, like I understand it's a restructuring and stuff like that. I also understand that originally it was supposed to be primarily Jim Gordon's story.
100%.
Okay.
It was supposed to be a cop show.
And the problem is that they cast Bruce Wayne. Yeah. And they also cast Selina Kyle at around the same age. Yeah. And they showed the death scene. Okay? Those are 3 big mistakes that they did. Mm-hmm. Okay? You do the death scene, but don't show it.
Don't show it.
Don't show it.
Jim's perspective.
Have him hear it on the radio. Yeah. Oh, the Waynes have been murdered. Bruce is the only one alive, or even have him come up as they're, as like pulling up, and he's the first guy on the scene, so he's the guy that gives him the coat. Because I know that's just a Nolan thing, but I love that scene. I like that. That scene is awesome. He gives him his coat, and then I love how they do the callback later, where he's just like, when Bruce goes, a hero is someone who does something as simple as get a kid his coat and tells him that the world's not ending. I was like, man, that's gorgeous. I'm almost like tearing up just saying like this. And he's like, Bruce, and you're just like, you idiot, you should have saw that like 3 fucking movies ago. But whatever, I don't care. You're crying. I'm not crying. This whole area is dusty. This is bullshit. Don't die, Bruce. Don't die. But so that's what I mean. Like, have that scene and then, don't fucking cast Alfred. Yeah. Don't show him training Bruce, but they had to because the fans were like, we want to see Bruce training.
Bruce is in here now.
So it's like, well, fuck you. But anyway, so now you're by the time he's Batman, you've got a 40-year-old Joker. Yeah. Or, well, he would have been a little bit younger because, I think he was kind of 19, 20 by the time Bruce was 14, 15. So there's a couple years older. Close. But I always kind of like the idea where they're kind of the same age, but I like the idea that Joker's maybe 1 or 2 years younger. Like, the only time I feel that they're the same age is in the animated series.
Yeah.
But that's because of the style of the show.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got Joker in that sort of, like, 1930s gangster motif that everyone had in that show because of the way it was set. But, of course, with his own flair, right?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with Heath Ledger's Joker, they're kind of the same age, and it works because it's the flip side, right?
Yep.
You got Batman who wants absolute control to help people. You got Joker being the guy who just wants to watch the world burn, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I watched that movie last night again.
Yeah?
I can't stop watching that movie. I don't think I'll ever stop watching that movie.
I'm looking at the trilogy right now. I'm like,
well, I've also like rewatched Batman Begins recently too, so you know, I'll come around to Batman: The Dark Knight Rises soon enough. But so the age part, like even if they have it so that Joaquin Phoenix is in his early 30s,
yeah,
like we know that he's in his 40s,
like,
but have like even like
he's aging horribly because he chain smokes like crazy.
That was one thing I was just like, wow. Like, every once in a while,
scene.
I go through periods where I'm like, you know what, I could go for a smoke right now.
To the point, too, where, like, doing that stair part where he's going down the stairs, a cigarette actually just magically appears.
I watched that movie, and by the end of that movie, I'm like, I want to buy a pack of smokes. I don't want to have just a cigarette, I want to smoke a pack of smokes. I didn't, because luckily,
good.
I've gone so long now.
Yeah.
But even, like, in the first 2 months, I remember just like, yeah, I could really go for smoke. But then it was like, yeah, but if you have a cigarette now, you'll probably get sick, and then your night's ruined. Mm-hmm. So that's all I say to myself now. Now I'm literally,
so what's that?
You want to puke? Because that's what'll happen.
You can make it through Joker without smoking.
But yeah, the fact that he smokes so
much.
But anyway, so let's say he's in his 30s, mid-30s, we'll say. But by the time 10-year-old Bruce is of age, well, now he's fighting Cesar Romero's Joker.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I was
so
like,
old.
Jeez. And also, I remember when they were saying, like, they were going to get Alec Baldwin to do, like, a Trump-style Thomas Wayne.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. Because if you're going to make it so that Thomas Wayne, it might as well be Donald Trump, then how is that going to be the reason why Bruce takes up the mantle of a bat to fight crime? Because his parents would be horrible fucking people. Not to imply that Donald Trump and his wife are horrible fucking people, but I'm not saying they're not. I think they are. I don't know them personally. But nothing I've seen from Donald Trump, from various documentaries that I've seen of him, suggests that he's anything other than a scumbag, shady businessman. Mm-hmm. So, if you're married to him, that says something about you too. Well, like his kids, for instance, they're not fighting crime, are they? Are they doing anything to help the world?
I mean...
No, they're doing everything to line their pockets. Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Their charity was literally made to line their pockets. Fuck the Trumps.
Table okay.
Anyway, so... But, getting back to the fact that we have an unreliable narrator...
Yes.
In that regard, having that Trump-style Thomas Wayne makes sense because... That would be how he perceives it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there were certain things that I, like, for me, the template for me is, this all happened in his head, none of this happened for real, so then it's fine. So now I can take this movie and go, okay, this is actually a good movie.
Me, I wouldn't have had the Waynes in there at all.
Oh, no, I wouldn't either.
That very end, where the riot causes it.
Okay.
Because then it's like the Joker caused the death without actually doing it.
Which, okay, is fine. I can accept that.
I'm okay with that,
but I agree the whole sequence where he went to the house to talk to Thomas Wayne.
It was cringy.
And then, like, was talking to Bruce. I was like, good God. Ugh. Plus, the casting for Alfred was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all. Then, later, when he dresses up as a waiter... to talk to Thomas Wayne in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There, I was like, oh, God, this is... Like, it's also another cringy scene where you're just like... And then he's just like, who? Oh, that crazy woman that we fired because she's crazy? Yeah, I didn't sleep with her. He's like, you're a liar. Then it turns out it's true. He was adopted. She wasn't his mom. But strangely enough, just as crazy with the same crazy that he has. I was like, this is really weird. even though I like the actress too, I've always liked her.
Frances Conroy.
Yeah, but she's got that.
She's
like,
a great actress.
But her appearance is like almost kind of like Joaquin Phoenix, where I've like almost like an otherness to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she can play normal, but she could play crazy better because she looks like she might be crazy.
She pulls them off.
No offense or anything.
She pulls them off great.
You might never ever watch this, but if you do, I love your work. It's just, well, you know what you look like. Just like I know what I look
offense.
Like. Just like I know what I look like. So, if it offends you, I apologize.
Robert De Niro as Murray Franklin.
That was a huge surprise.
I really liked it.
I loved that I didn't know he was in the movie at all.
All of it. You didn't know he was in the movie?
No.
Oh, wow.
I actually thought it was just that clip of the comedian that they showed in the last trailer.
Yeah.
I liked that wasn't even in the movie. Yeah. But that was I literally went, holy fuck! That's awesome! I did not know he was in this movie.
Oh, wow.
Beyond that clip. Okay? Because I think even if I came across the casting stuff, I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. They gave him such a huge cast, like, listing for a 30-second clip.
Yep.
But hold on. I want to say this for real quick, though. I wish, maybe this will be on the DVD extras, or Blu-ray extras, or whatever you want to call it. I wish that we got to see more of his stand-up act.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I mean, you know, I've watched a lot of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you are familiar with a comedian by the name of Emo Phillips.
No.
Okay, so I will show you a clip later. Remind me.
Okay.
I'm not going to take up valuable time with this.
Okay.
But Emo Phillips, his delivery, his gestures and stuff, I was like, oh. So, of course, when he's making some of his jokes, like, the first part where he's getting a little rattled, I was like, oh, but I liked that he was laughing.
Yeah.
Even his weird, creepy laugh, I was like, oh, okay, all right. I got a kick out of that. It was one of those, I don't want to say, you know what I'm going to say, just like sort of an avant-garde type of comedy where not everyone will get it. Mm-hmm. So it'll be one of those deals where, like, if he came up, I'd be like, Michelle, no, you are not gonna like this at all. And then she might just be like, wait, isn't that the guy you were laughing your ass off like 2 nights ago? I'll be like, yeah, but okay, all right, here we go. I'm warning you. You know, and then later have her just be like, yeah, no. I'll be like, I fucking told you. I told you.
You were warned.
But also at the same time, don't look at me differently because I find him funny. Because comedy's subjective, but at the same time, that doesn't mean I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know? It just means that, like, I get it, right? Because there were some parts where I was just kind of like, oh, that probably wouldn't be good. So I wish to see more of that.
I like that Phillips went this route because he said he's not making any more comedies. He's like, in this day and age, you can't make a comedy without offending people, so I'm done with comedy.
You know what? I would have agreed with you, but I've been watching on Netflix a cartoon called Big Mouth.
Ah, yes.
Okay? Have you seen it?
I haven't. I heard it's good, though.
Okay. So, Nick Kroll, and I think he's primarily the head writer or whatever, but he and a bunch of comedians, which I, at the moment, can't tell you any of their fucking names, although 20 minutes ago I'd have been able to.
But they're good.
They're all great. They're all funny, but, I mean, like, so it's, I almost want to say it's like updated South Park, because it's a bunch of kids and they're just going through puberty.
Yeah.
But then, like, you deal with hormone monsters, and they're talking about, like, fucking, and, like a whole bunch of shit. There's, like, a sequence where they actually have a musical with penises, and they don't censor any of this. Like, it's animated, but it's still, like, a parade of penises singing this musical, right? There's actually, what the hell's his name? 30 Rock. You remember 30 Rock?
Yep.
Okay, so, the name's the page. What's his name? The guy that you always think is super gay, but he may or may not be.
Oh.
He voices one of the characters' pubes, just to give you some context. Okay?
Pubes.
That's exactly it. See what I mean?
I like that.
Yeah, so it's one of those where I don't think, I mean, yes, everyone is very, I don't want to say everyone, mostly uptight white people are very offended by everything. because I've said plenty of times on our Camcast, there's a lot of times where I don't feel like there's a bunch of black people going like, we need a black Batman. No, but they would like more characters in that world that are black. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense to me. So my argument would be maybe not so much you don't want to do comedies because you're worried about offending people. You just have to sit there and look at it and say, okay, but like none of this is coming from a place of hate. Yeah. So all the jokes that they're making in the show Big Mouth, the context that I feel is not to come out and say like, we're making fun of these people because fuck them.
Yeah.
They're just saying we're making fun of all these scenarios, right? And if like you find it offensive, well, I'm sorry, that wasn't the intention. However, they're also just jokes, right? Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing we should take away from this is that it's just jokes. Like unless it's literally like hate speech,
like full on Michael Richards.
Like full-on Michael Richards, and then you back it up by saying, well, no, I'm not being racist. I was just trying to do edgy comedy. That's different. You can't you can't single out...
I've seen edgy.
You can't single out two of the black people in the audience.
Yeah.
Call them cotton pick. Like, and make references to them like, well, if this was 50 years ago, you would be picking cotton in a field.
Yeah.
And then go, it was a joke, man.
It was a joke.
I was doing like edgy comedy. I was trying to do edgy comedy.
Yeah.
That's, like
man,
Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle on his recent Netflix specials. Some of the funniest things I've ever heard.
It amazes me they're still like...
Well, his last one got like 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, but I was like, fuck you, Rotten Tomatoes. Especially because the audience score, I think, was like 99%. So it's like,
Who
okay.
the fuck cares about Rotten Tomatoes?
But like even like Dave Chappelle has never apologized for jokes that have offended, but has actually like looked at it and said like, yeah, last special I made some jokes. Trans people hate me for it, and then analyzed why he made those jokes and basically was like, I did it because I was worried about how people would think about me and stuff like that, and ultimately made it so that now we're laughing at him for making the fucked up joke in the first place, but he doesn't apologize, he doesn't backtrack, he says, okay, I said it, here's the other stuff I'm saying, and then just goes through. Bill Burr's another one, but it's just like, I don't like that people are saying, we can't do comedy anymore. You can, just evaluate where it's coming from. If it's coming from hate, then it's not funny, and you shouldn't be doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. If it's coming from a place of, maybe you're just trying to understand, and using comedy as a way for you to kind of break through any of these barriers. I understand that. I've been trying to make people laugh my entire life. I don't make everybody laugh. Mm-hmm. All right? And I've offended people, okay? I know, shocking. But that's never my intention. Unless it was in high school. In high school, I was kind of a dick. But then again,
totally
you're going through puberty. Yeah. Everyone's going through puberty. We're all trying to find our way.
We're all pricks in high school.
Exactly. Well, you know what the problem is it takes you, like, so from, I would say, 5 years old till about puberty, you're not comparing yourself to anybody. No. You're not sitting there going like, oh man, the other kids are taller than me. You're just like, oh yeah, we're playing. I get to be Batman or whatever, right? Yeah. Or we're playing baseball, I want to be Wade Boggs, whatever, right? That's actually a baseball player.
It sounds like a baseball player name.
It is. It's also the premise for one of the best episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, you get to puberty, and the worst part, so you get all these changes that are happening, but then, instead of just being like, okay, alright, this is the changes that are happening to me, you look at the other guy to you and go, well, how come he's getting to be, like, 6 feet tall? I'm not getting to be 6 feet tall. This fucker's got a mustache? Jesus, I don't. But I got hair on my asshole. Nobody told me that was going to happen. This is weird. I don't want to talk about this with anybody. Yeah, they tell you it's going to grow around your nutsack and on your armpits, your legs, but they don't go around your asshole, unless I missed that part. Yeah. But I don't recall them ever saying that, and I remember distinctly, it's going to get gross, walking in the summertime from my house to the rental place for a movie. Yeah. And when I hit the air conditioning, I went, why the hell's my ass wet? This is weird. So I got my movie, got out, got home, wiped because I was like, what the fuck? There's nothing there. I'm like, sweating from my ass? This has never happened before. Went in for a closer inspection. Told you it was going to get gross. Hairs. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I got hairs around my asshole before my scrotum. What? What the fuck? But instead of just kind of going, okay, well, you know, this is probably what happens to everybody. I'm not telling anything. I'm not talking about anybody.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, hey, Ken, so, just curious, does hair grow around your asshole too? It doesn't around me, but I heard somebody that it happened to. Does it happen to you? It does? Oh, me too! Okay, alright, so there are some similarities here. No. So I think that
plus of that is being able to use swass in sentences.
Yeah, that's true.
I got the swass.
Even though that's gross.
I got the swass.
Yeah. The other part too is it also leads to the creation of the word schmegma.
Ah. Yes. Schmegma.
Schmegma. I'm not going to explain that one, but if you know what schmegma is, you're nodding right now going like, yeah, that's gross, that's gross. So anyway, that's a little bit of a tangent. But anyway, so my point is you can do comedy.
It's amazing that sometimes you remember where I'm back at it.
My point is you can do comedy, it can be edgy,
yeah,
it can be out there, and yeah, of course it's going to be on some level offensive because these days you can't, you can't make everybody happy. Mm-hmm. So that's the whole thing. But now we have to make it so, well, if I can't make everybody happy, then I'm going to make nobody happy. No, fuck that. Make some people laugh. If you guys laughed at the fact that hair grew around my asshole before my scrotum, then good for you. You're welcome. Give me some royalties. This shit's copyright, so if I see this stuff on anywhere else, I'm going to be fucking mad. Yep. Anyway, so back to this movie.
Small man in Batman shirt has a hairy asshole.
That's right. So back to this movie.
Back to this movie.
The only thing that I did not like about Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal was the weird Joker dance that he did.
Oh, yeah.
When he was
in his bathroom?
When he was in his apartment and his shirt was off and he was like...
Yeah, and his ribs are just...
I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I almost hurt my tit muscle doing that. But it was like...
Yeah, in that public bathroom, too, he's doing it. And it looks like yoga. Looks like he's doing
It was
yoga.
like a weird yoga, Tai Chi thing.
Yeah.
But it was just like, I was like, oh, this is... I didn't like that part. But one of my favorite parts was when it got serious. And he had the makeup on in his apartment.
Yeah, and the two guys come over, right?
Because the cops are now, like, they're hounding him.
Yeah.
And he's, like, basically like, leave me the fuck alone, because he kills the three yuppies.
Yep.
And that surprised me, actually, that he actually killed them.
Bang,
like,
bang.
that way, too. I was like, holy shit. But also because they kind of made him look like a hero. Yeah. Which I was a little bit like, But anyway, regardless, again, this could just be how you perceive the scenario, right? In his brain, when he's still in the asylum.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is for me. But anyway, so, like, the cops keep hounding him, and he's just like, fuck off. And then, like, the one dude, the midget shows up, and he's just like, hey, so, the cops are really hounding me for this because you said that it was my gun or something like that. So, hey, man, could you stop doing that? And, he's like, and then he kills him.
Yeah.
So then all his blood...
brutally murders him.
Like, he just beats the fuck out of him, and it's just, like, all over him.
And that little dude's over in the corner, like...
just freaking out. And I felt so bad, because he's like...
oh my god, when he's trying to reach... Oh, I felt so bad for him.
I'm not gonna lie, this was me. I was like... oh my god. Oh, jeez. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny that it's just... And then he's just sitting there like... Arthur,
can you unlock the door?
Can you unlock the door for me? And he's just like, oh, yeah, no, hey, you were always nice to me, man, so
you can go.
Yeah. Have fun. I was just like, so at that point, I was like, there's no way you get out of this. Like, there's no fucking way, okay? Like, I don't care how scared he is of you, he's so fucking rattled that the first thing he's gonna do is go to the cops and be like, hey, yeah, so literally just killed a dude in front of me in his apartment. And I think he killed those cops that were looking for him, too. And I don't know, maybe the yuppies and the... Anyway, he's going to kill me next. He said I was always nice to him, but, I mean, come on, man.
I'm ratting him out.
But, I did really enjoy the scene of the fucking show, though, where he kills him.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to.
That was amazing.
But that was awesome.
That was amazing.
That was so good. Like, when he does his, like, diatribe, I was like, whoa. And then he goes, yeah, no, I killed him. I killed those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was just like...
And they're like, cut it. And he's like, no, keep it rolling.
Yeah, you're like, you son of a fucking bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. And then he kills him. What the hell
on live TV, boom.
What was his name on the show?
Oh, his name was Murray Franklin.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But even that part, too, like when you find out that sequence with Murray at the beginning, where Arthur remembers it wrong. Like, he remembers it as an adult, but he was actually a kid when that happened. You're just like, whoa, like this, like all these little things, I was like, this is fucking crazy. But just crazy enough for me to keep watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the riot hit, and then, like I said, with the death of Bruce, I like your take, though. I do like your take, where there's no Waynes at all.
Yep. Until
then, and it's like a byproduct.
Like, don't even show them walking out of the theater. Just, like, show all these guys going off, doing things, and then show this one random dude going down an alley.
Yeah.
Boom! Pearls.
Yeah.
And you're going to know what it is.
Exactly. No, I love that idea so much that, like, that would be the way I would end it, to continue onwards. Because then, like you said, you have it so that Joker ultimately is the reason why Bruce's parents are killed.
Yeah.
But not this sole thing. So it's not like he's hunting the Joker. He's still hunting everyone. Mm-hmm. Although, I gotta be honest with you, I love the Joe Chill thing. I love the Joe Chill being the killer. Yeah. I like that. I know, like, pre-Crisis, pre-Infinity Crisis, he was Joe Chill. Then post-Infinity Crisis, Batman didn't know who he was, and that was kind of the reason why he kept fighting crime. Yeah. Was because, like, pre-Crisis, he actually catches Joe Chill, but continues fighting crime. I prefer that, though. I like that he knew that it was Joe Chill, but I like the way they did it in Begins, where he was gonna kill him, and then fucking when he gets him done first, he's just kind of like, fuck, now what do I do? Well, I guess I better get slapped the shit out of by Rachel. Yeah. But anyway, I do like your ending. I like your ending, but I like my interpretation because of the way they
shoehorned in there, the whole Wayne stuff.
Well, no, I agree. I completely. I feel like
they could have cut all that out, reduced the time by 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would have just been, it actually would have been like a better Fall into Madness, I think, than having this whole subplot of, he's Batman's brother. It's like, fuck no.
I know that really. That got me too. No. That got me. I was like, you can't do that. No. Like, even like
I know Todd Phillips didn't even look at a Joker comic when writing this, but come on, man, you should know.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
That's hilarious.
He wrote this, like, literally.
But
if this didn't have the Waynes in it and it didn't have Gotham, it could be any movie.
I was just gonna say, to be fair, like, my litmus test is where if you take out all the comic book elements, does this still hold up as a good movie? This still holds up as a good movie. But the nice thing is that it's not like you don't rip apart the whole movie. You literally take out the Joker name. Yep. You can even leave his appearance, his makeup appearance, clown aspect.
It was different than any other Joker.
You can leave that in.
Yep.
The suit too. You can leave that all in. But you take out Thomas Wayne, any mention of the Waynes. Yep. And Gotham.
Call it some other city.
That's it. It might as well be New York.
And then this movie would have made about $950 million less.
That's right. Yeah. No, it would not have made.
Isn't it amazing to think that just because it's Joker, it's made $1 billion?
I actually was surprised when it hit $1 billion. I'm not gonna lie.
And it did it without China.
When it hit Deadpool 2 numbers, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I watched the movie and I was like, you know what, that's good. That was good enough to do that. And then the other day when I heard $1 billion, I went, okay, I mean, all right, but
I mean, like, okay, I'm a Twitterer. I see what's going on in the Twitterverse.
Would you say that you're a twit?
I'm not a twit, but there is many twits out there.
On the Twitters.
On the Twitters.
Anyway.
And I've been watching, like, these Joker fanboys and stuff, just like, I just watched it for the 9th time. Just watched it for the 10th time. Yeah, let's go 1 billion. And then these are the same guys that are dissing Snyder for being too dark, that are saying he doesn't follow the source material, where Todd Phillips didn't even look at a fucking comic when writing it.
There's nothing really source material here, but I guess the argument could be made that, like, you could follow the source material, and the source material would be like, even like Dark Knight, that doesn't necessarily follow the source material per se.
Yeah.
But like in Joker's first appearance in the comic books, he was doing radio and basically saying like, "Hey, at midnight, this person's gonna die." So those viral videos that Ledger that directed, you could argue that that's an updated version of that, right? And even like what was it, Pick and Choose by Alan Moore in The Killing Joke, and he just kind of the similar thing. He's like, "Hey, you want to know how I got these scars?" And he's got like 3 different stories.
Yeah.
He doesn't get the third one out because Batman's like, "I don't care."
I mean, technically, they could say that this is still connected to the other movies.
They could.
As a prequel. It takes place in the 70s.
They
It's got
could.
a very 70s feel to it.
Except for the age of Heath Ledger.
No, but not Dark Knight. I'm talking like the Snyder movies.
Oh, the Snyders.
You could say that Jared Leto was a new Joker who takes up after this original.
Because then you could also say, well, that Joker is actually the Jason Todd, which was heavily rumored to be Joker.
He's 35, 40 years older than Batman. It would make sense that now Affleck's old fighting this Joker and Joaquin's gone because he's long dead.
You could do that.
I mean, they never would.
The other part that I think is funny where you're saying where they're like, yeah, I watched it like 9, 10 times. They're also the same people that criticize Marvel's numbers.
Yes.
They're the same ones that go, but like, how many people went so many fucking times? It's a miscued number. It's like, well, no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I went to see Dark Knight twice in the theater, and that's the first time I'd ever done that. I'd never gone to see a movie more than once in the theater until Dark Knight. Or was it Anchorman? No, Anchorman. Was Anchorman before that?
Before Dark Knight?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yes.
So I did that one, and I also did Team America twice in the theater, too. That's right. Never mind. Superhero movies. Yeah, there we go. Finally, I did that one. But anyway,
like, I don't know. Like,
it was rare for me to do a movie twice.
Same best superhero or best comic movie ever? No. But I will say that Joaquin's performance is probably in the top 5 from superhero movies I've ever seen.
Top 5, yeah. His performance, the movie itself, I wouldn't put it in my top 10 list.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying I'll rewatch it and I might own it, but the more I think about it, I don't know if I'll own it.
It kind of falls into Logan category, right? Where it's like, it's amazing, but it's so dark you're not going to want to revisit it very often. I'm
not going to say it's amazing.
I don't think it's amazing.
It's really good.
Everyone else does.
It's really good. It's going to be one of those movies where when I rewatch it, it's going to be because I'm in the right mindset for it. Actually, you know what? It might be one of those where Michelle might be like, you know what, maybe I'll check it out, and then I'll go, okay, all right, let's watch it, and then go from there. Maybe at that point, actually, I don't think I'll be any more discerning, because I was really like, I'm gonna fucking hate this movie. Even though the trailers looked really good, I was like, I don't know about this. There was so much where I was like, Ultimately, it is a good movie. Ultimately, I know I will rewatch it at least once. But having said that, the movie isn't good enough to watch it for anything other than Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal.
Right. And see, that's how I feel. Like, I don't give a shit what people think when I put my thoughts up there. So I go online. I'm like, this is what I thought of the Joker.
You must have got.
And I'm going against a fucking army of like, yeah, a dozen times I've seen it now.
Oh, before I forget, I want to point out, I love that our shirts are almost reversed.
Yeah, look at that.
We've got the vintage logo, I've got the Arkham logo, and then it's like black and gray versus gray and black. Like,
that's cool.
And this is unplanned.
Yeah, didn't plan this at all.
I don't think we've ever planned our shirts, but some things we knew. Like, we knew we were going to wear Batman for this. We knew that.
Yeah. I got the classic.
But I even did like the watch and everything.
Yeah, you go all out.
I fucking love this watch. It's sweet.
How many watches do you have now? Superhero watches?
More than 10.
More than 10?
I actually
have... Do you have like a drawer, like the people with ties that have tie drawers?
It's funny that you mentioned that.
Do you have a watch drawer?
For the longest time, like right by the main floor bathroom, I have like a little cubby, right?
Yeah.
And that's where like change and watches and stuff like that go, right? So the longest time I had all of them there. But eventually it just gets all gross and strewn about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my wife, who's amazing, bought me an actual like 2-level watch holder.
Hey.
Yeah. And I actually use it. So, okay, so to put this down, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Batman watches. Okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Superman watches.
Okay.
I'm up to 3 Nightwing watches.
Wow.
So I'm at 11
It's
now.
actually amazing they made 3 Nightwing watches.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I have a Robin watch.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised that they made a Robin watch. So that's 12. I think that might be it. Oh, a Captain America watch.
Okay. So you do have a Marvel character.
Yep, 13.
Does
Marvel
Spidey watch yet?
No. See, Marvel ones are hard because, like, first of all, the Captain America one is like the generic like shield.
Yeah.
Which, okay, is fine, and I like it. It looks really good. The Spider-Man ones, a lot of times, like, none of the new, like, Homecoming or Far From Home, none of those logos are in a watch. They don't really do logos so much with Spider-Man. Or if they do, it's the Amazing Spider-Man logo.
Okay, yeah.
Which I was like, I can't. Like, yeah. I didn't like that version of the Spider, even though now, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the Raimi trilogy Spider, like this Spider here.
Yeah.
I like it in the context of the movies and stuff like that, but I kind of prefer the way the Homecoming costume looks.
Yeah.
Like, I really love the Homecoming blue and red costume. That's my favorite. I like the blue and black from Far From Home, or black and red from Far From Home. But that immediate or initial Stark suit one is awesome. It's so good, and I'm actually really mad that he didn't go back to that.
The moving ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe we'll see it now. He's back in the MCU.
Yeah, but they just go through the trouble of giving him this admittedly sweet-looking red and black suit.
Yeah.
Although, I hope for the future they cut down on the amount of CGI overlapping that they use on that costume.
Oh, yeah.
Like, when he's swinging around...
And he's shiny looking?
I'm okay with you having CGI when he's swinging around.
Yeah.
That's okay. But when he's talking to MJ or anyone else and he's in costume, leave it. Make it look fabric. That looks awesome when they do that.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, so 13 watches. 13 watches. That's from what I can recall.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because that's, yeah, that's what it, yeah, no, I mean, they're cheap too, like $30.
Yeah.
30 to 40.
It's not bad.
I think 40 was the most I spent. That was the Nightwing one, but that one.
You find them in stores or online?
I
get like
online.
a lot. Online all?
Most of them are online. Yeah. Some of them, like, it depends on where I'm at, though.
Like Hot Topics has some cool watches, don't they?
Not so much now. Not so much now. No. Because the Big Bang boom is over. Big Bang boom? Out.
Big Bang boom.
So now, all that stuff you find online. I used to find, like, Journeys at Miller Hill Mall.
Yep.
That was where I first saw the Superman watch. And I was like, oh. And that was the one where Michelle's like, just buy it. Because if you don't, you'll regret it.
Yeah.
And then I have the replacement of that one for when I got married. So that's the one with the inscription and everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't wear that one that much. Right? But yeah, so it just, I love it. It's awesome. Okay, so
Joker
is finished. I am
Joker is finished.
About that.
It's better than Shazam.
It is better than Shazam.